Welcome on in, everybody, to the WyoNation Postgame Show. I am your host, Chad Smith. Tonight, it'll be a cast of characters. Brad Reed is joining me. Hello, Mr. Brad.
Hey, guys.
And we'll bring on here. He was just here. See if he's still
He
down
just texted
there.
us, said he'll be right back.
Okay. We'll pull him off. So Brian Stevens will be with us here very shortly, but Wyoming loses 31-17 in a game that wasn't really as close as the score would indicate. Although Wyoming did have their chances, this is a pretty tough one. And I'd guess the best way to talk about this game, Brad, would be more of the same that we've seen in the very short season and almost a half of the Jay Savelle era.
I was surprised they looked so bad coming out of the bye week. Like, just getting completely blown out of the water in the first half. Like, what do they do during their bye weeks? That seems to be a mystery. Like, what do they do during their bye week? Do they do anything? I don't know. They looked so unprepared. Like,
PJ, yes. I don't know what's going on with Twitter.
Twitter sucks. Don't use it.
If you hear us, go to YouTube. So youtube.com/@WyoNation is the best place to see it. I might reply with that link here.
Turns out that you can pay for Twitter to do the live streams, but you don't pay for it to work.
Yes, that's true. It's a very good point. I'll reply to the official thread here with the YouTube link. Hopefully people will see that. I tweeted it out earlier too. I don't know. It's a mess.
Yep.
It's a mess, much like the Wyoming football team, a complete mess.
Yeah, and so you look at it, right? Like 31-17.
Coming off the bye week.
Off the bye week. We have we'll talk hypothetically here for a second. We had 2 block punts go for touchdowns. That's 14 points right there. So without those, and assuming that, UNLV does not score on those 2 punts, like, we punt to them successfully, they get the ball, they don't, whatever.
Yeah.
It's a 17-17 game, right?
Sure.
And then we had a touchdown that was called back.
Which I think was the right call because you can't block downfield on a screen. I know a lot of people were complaining, but, I mean, the guy was being blocked.
Yeah, very aggressively blocked.
That's going to get called. So that is the rule. I mean, if the ball is still in the air, you can't be blocking people.
Yeah, so, you have that score taken off the board, and then we immediately turn it over. So
can't happen.
Yeah, can't. Both of those things can't happen. You can't turn the ball over in the red zone, and you can't block downfield as long as Evan did.
Yep.
That being said, it was so all that taken away, the game is probably pretty close, but the self-destruction keeps happening.
Yeah, 100%.
Can't keep happening.
And what do we keep hearing? It's going to get fixed. That's all we heard all last season. Don't worry, we're going to get this fixed. This season, we're going to get it fixed. Nothing's getting fixed.
No.
The self-destruction keeps happening because it's a poorly coached team, and that is all there is to it. Folks, just for clarification here, I was at the game. I was in Laramie. I froze my ass off for the first half. After that second block punt, I drove home. Like, I knew it was a lost cause after that. Watched the second half from the house in Cheyenne. I'm pissed.
Yeah. And I don't blame you.
Your face is still kind of red, too.
It is.
Maybe that's what you're writing.
I knew the game was over at this point. I didn't even notice it until I can't even remember when, maybe after the first drive. And I look at us and I'm like, what the hell? We're wearing white pants. Why are we wearing white pants at home? Whose idea was this?
Especially after Labor Day.
This is yes, you don't wear white after Labor Day. Exactly. Brad knows. I don't think I've ever seen us wear white pants at home. Ever.
Oh, yeah. We did several times in the Christensen era. It never went well.
Yeah. I mean, wear brown and gold. That's the best combination. I'm not blaming the game on it, obviously, but the white pants don't look good. So let's not wear white pants at home, please. Very, very sad. Yeah, so the white pants, I had a note. And then let's just talk about this. Cold weather-wise, how does a team who practices in the cold weather, is not prepared for the cold weather, but a team who's from Las Vegas, who plays in a dome, had no problem with the weather?
I was surprised
Well,
that
I guess they did. I mean, they gifted us the 3 points on the drop flea flicker. That was the only problem that I saw with them.
I was surprised that UNLV was so prepared to play like in this kind of weather. Like I didn't look at the forecast before the game or anything, but like they looked prepared to play in this kind of weather. Maybe they've been to a Laramie enough times they just pack for everything. I don't know.
Oh, I'm sure they do.
I can tell you they did not look prepared in pregame warmups. What you saw in that flea flicker at the beginning was exactly what it looked like in pregame.
Yeah.
And then Wyoming pissed down their legs, screwed up a golden opportunity, and that set the tone for the entire game.
Sure. And then that's one more big picture thing, right? I wasn't expecting us to win this game. Right. We were 8-point dogs. I've said before, UNLV, they're going to be in the mix to win the conference title. But it's a measuring stick game. Whereas you're at home, you're coming off a bye. I just want to look competitive and look like that we know what we're doing, and that's the problem. Is it's not there.
And it goes back to this self-destruction. Like, you can't compete with the elite teams in this league if you just hand them the game. Like UNLV didn't really have to try all that hard to win this game.
They did.
We gifted them, 14 points.
Mm-hmm.
We outgained UNLV by 100 yards.
Yep. And lost the game. Yep. The stats look pretty decent for Wyoming, but again, it's all about points. We gifted them points.
4 turnovers.
And this is a big mismatch too. I know people like to dunk on Dan Mullen, but UNLV's got a heck of a coach. Yeah. Now, granted, he got ran out of Gainesville, but he still won 9 games like 3 times there. He has over 100 wins as an SEC football coach.
Well,
he runs circles around. Jay Savell will never reach that level. It's the biggest mismatch you could have. A guy who has got 15 years of coaching in the SEC versus Jay Savell.
And who was it? Did Mullen go from Florida to Texas A&M, or was it vice versa?
Who?
Dan Mullen, UNLV coach.
Say the question again.
Did he go from Florida to Texas A&M, or was it the other way around?
No, he was at Mississippi State.
Mississippi State. All right, I'm thinking of the other guy.
And then he went to Florida.
The guy from. I was thinking of the guy
Florida
from Florida
fired him after one bad year, and they'd probably wish they kept him because the guy they have is. Although they did beat Texas today.
Hilarious.
Florida, yeah. We have some comments from some of the regulars. Jared Sanchez is back in the house, and it's blocking Brian. I don't like how it does that, but that's life. How many players of Wyoming who came from the transfer portal actually have played in junk weather? Well, true, but how many from UNLV have? Probably 0.
Here's your fun fact for the game. It has been 53 years since 2 punts were blocked and returned for a touchdown in a game.
In
Auburn
football?
blocked in college football. The last time it happened was in the 1972 Iron Bowl when Auburn blocked 2 Alabama punts and ran both back.
And we did it
to win the
in one
game.
half.
Yeah.
Which is really hard because I bet in that game it might have been 1 in the first and 1 in the second.
There's a third punt that should have been blocked too.
Yeah.
And remind me who our special teams coordinator is.
I don't know if we have one per se. I think it's like technically Benny Boyd is what Shea is always banging on about. But really, it is the head coach, right? Again, any of this is all in the head coach. The head coach is in charge of the whole thing. Any decision that's made, responsibility goes back to him. On those block punts, I don't understand why we have 3 protectors there, and they're literally just standing around looking up the middle. Why guys run around them. I've never seen it in my life.
On the
UNLV brought the punt block unit because they know that the edge blockers, the tackles that were on the outside, do not play well.
Yeah.
All they had to do was put some speed out there. Their tackles wouldn't touch them.
Sure.
Well, if you look at that second blocked punt, like one of the protectors just literally was just standing frozen there, like he was like unable to move.
He didn't move.
And the blocker came like running right past him, and like they were running towards the end zone before that protector even turned around and was like, oh wow, there's people back here.
Oh boy.
Yeah. That was.
So Cody makes a good point. Wyoming essentially had 6 turnovers tonight. An interception, Tote with a fumble, turnover on downs, 2 block punts.
Yeah.
And Anderson's fumble. 6 turnovers.
I mean, Tote's fumble is totally understandable. Again, I don't know.
Tote's fumble shouldn't have been called a fumble.
When you get a helmet,
that was
knocked
loose because of targeting.
Yeah,
that's not a fumble by
now,
rule.
Granted, it doesn't
also
meet the definition of targeting because he didn't hit him in the crown of the helmet. But if you get hit with the crown of the helmet in your jaw, I think that's a player safety issue.
Crown of the helmet to the head is a targeting penalty.
Yeah,
that is a targeting penalty.
I think last I knew, your jaw was part of your head.
Yeah,
I'm not a biologist.
No. Also, that play that got called back for the touchdown,
yeah,
it was ahead of the line of scrimmage. That's the only reason it was PI. You are more than welcome to block downfield on a screen as long as the ball is thrown behind the line of scrimmage.
100%, yes. Yep. All right, we got a clown in the comments. You're very funny. Ha ha ha. Probably a CSU fan, so just go away before we ban you.
Not even brave enough to use his actual name.
Yeah, I mean, you're gonna have to ban him on your end, Mr. Brad. Why don't you just block him so he can't comment? Thank you very much, though, for watching.
We always know where to find our fans.
Matthew will be on the SC top 10 for the wrong reasons. Oh, Wyoming will.
Yeah.
I don't know if we'll be in the top 10. I hope not.
Those block kicks, those will absolutely be on SportsCenter top 10.
Oh, probably. Oops, I hit the wrong button there.
Wow. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. That was great. Thank you.
Yeah. Mr. Brad.
Brad's up there just taking a nap.
You're frozen. Yeah, there we go.
I was on the Twitter screen.
Okay. Yeah. Block this clown. Whatever. I mean, I don't really care what you have to say. Anyway. Brian was talking about the stats. Let's bring up some of the stats here. I mean, we outgained them 356, 254. Passing yards, outgained them by 150. Rushing yards, got outrushed. Now, here is another thing that I'll gripe about. You're playing in a bad weather game. Why did it take until, I think it was the 2-minute warning of the first half before Sam Scott got in the game? That the field conditions weren't a Tote Harris type of game. That was a Sam Scott type of game. And then in the second half, they used him. And I think he basically scored a touchdown drive for us. Even on the second drive that got called back, he scored the touchdown on the screen. I don't understand what they're doing in terms of their rotations anymore. They're too multiple. It's a good thing. You see it if you look at the stats here. We'll pull it up again. I mean, look at this. This is a pretty impressive number. 13 different receivers caught a ball. Now,
hey, why don't you get into the punting stats, Chad?
Oh, the punting stats. Well, should we look at that? Special teams? We have no punts because we never got one off. Oh, no. 2 team punts. It goes to the team. 2 blocks. 2 for Evanston. Lana 52. 1 inside the 20. 1 over 50.
That seems bad.
And then punt returns. We had none.
0.
That's the other thing because we had DeBlanc back there again, right after was it twice in the Akron game, and maybe once in the Northern Iowa game. He just completely misplayed balls, and it cost us. And then what do? They run him back out there today, and what does he do? Same thing. Like, what are they doing to teach people? I understand he's a true freshman. I'm not whacking on him. He's a true freshman. The coaches need to make sure that he's up to speed before they put him in that position. Put your players in their best position to succeed.
The coaching is the problem. Yeah. I am not usually one to jump on the fire of the coach train. This entire staff needs to go. top to bottom, clean it out. They just came off a bye week. The offensive line's been a problem the entire season. Offensive line was again a problem tonight. Keith and Kevin were on the radio saying we're winning the line of scrimmage. Up the middle, we are. The interior line looks good. The centers, the guards, they look fine. The tackles are hot garbage. Caden Anderson is not the answer. We've got young players out there that may be good athletes, but they are not the best players to be on the field. It is time to clean house. It's real bad, guys.
Yeah, it's a tough one. Yeah, Anderson, I don't understand this. And I don't think they're designed, but when you look at what he does, when he gets in trouble, he likes to roll left, which makes no sense to me.
Got to have a big arm to roll left.
Why are we rolling left with our quarterback? And if he's doing it himself, they need to be like, dude, what are you doing? Why are you rolling left all the time when you're in trouble?
Also, keep an RPO from time to time. Those 2 big gains he got off of RPOs,
they were
the only reason they got him is because he hasn't kept them all season. We've left points on the board because Caden Anderson will not keep the ball.
Yeah, no, it's certainly a point there. Let's see what else we got here. Outlaw Cowboy Joe says the offense is just not being set up for success. Yes.
It's not just the offense, Outlaw. It's the team.
I think, I don't know. It seems like, you know, when they kind of simplify things, and for some reason it takes them so long to like figure it out. It's like, you know, we saw it against Colorado. We saw it tonight. Simplify things just a little bit and just stick with it. Like, you know, don't overthink it. Don't complicate it too much. Just stick to the basics and just keep running it. And it's worked for them. Like, you know, Colorado, they started moving the ball a lot more effectively once they, you know, started using less formations, and, you know,
once the game was effectively over too.
Yeah.
Kind of like today. So again, I don't get too excited because I think they're terrible at game planning offensively. That's clear as day. And then B, they take way too long to figure out that their game plan's not working until they tweak things. And that's the same thing last year. Same damn thing happened last year to where they stuck with their game plan even though they were down 4 touchdowns. So it's just tough for me to swallow that when you're not adjusting, when it's what you're trying to do is clearly not working.
So, great
Yes,
game.
say something, Brad.
Yeah, I mean, time of possession, you know, equal time of possession, penalties, a couple of bad penalties in there. The Sabota one was obviously terrible, but I don't know. It didn't, I don't know. I didn't expect a win. You know, we were definitely not favored in this game by any means, but I don't know. I don't know. The opportunity was certainly there to, you know, get at this one. You know, second half, they had a game plan for the UNLV quarterback that was kind of shredding us a little bit, and, you know, just couldn't get after him enough. But I think when they got after him, he was, you know, maybe not that effective. So I don't know. It would have been nice to see a few more, you know, kind of, you know, bring a safety in on a blitz or something, but it seemed like the quarterback was not difficult to fluster once we got to him, but just not enough of it.
And then I guess, Brian, what was the mood of your section during the game? Were there
There's a church in there, man.
a lot of really? So not even like people complaining. They were just
No. People were sitting on their hands.
just apathetic.
It was terrible.
So did we ever see what happened to Krister? Like,
Krister had an AC joint injury. I heard
boy,
heard it on the halftime report on the way back.
that seems bad.
Okay,
So
yeah. No, I think I
Toto
remember.
was being checked for a concussion. He cleared protocol but didn't come back in the game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I remember seeing it on TV that he took a hit. I think there was like a fumble or something was weird. They didn't show it. Fox and CBS. I don't know. Maybe it's everybody. I think in the past, like they used to show a lot of replays and you used to see things, but now it seems nobody is showing like good replays anymore. They'll mention something and then not show it.
Yeah.
It's something that I've noticed. Hold on here. Let's see here. There we go. All right, let's see. Jeff says that the field goal made was very good. Sure. I mean, the kicker made a makeable kick. It's always good. Yeah, first half embarrassing, hard to watch. Yes, Jeff. 100%. So yeah, we're just kind of at a loss for words just because of the bye week. You think that this team would be focused, and it'll be really interesting to hear what Savell has to say. I don't know if I care anymore because I don't take anything he says seriously.
Say I'm listening to a post-game snippet right now, and he said the locker room is hurting.
Okay, well they should be.
Yeah.
And that's on him because it's his job. His job to have them prepared, especially after bye week. So, yeah, tough. What other things do we have in here? Brian, you talked about this. I thought the offensive line actually looked a lot better. The tackles weren't as bad as they had been.
That's a low bar.
But, yes. But I thought you're right. The interior did a good job. It looks like Johnson was flexed out to left tackle. Was he playing right? Did they flip him to left? We'll have to look at the participation chart and stuff.
Yeah.
So they did, like what we talked about is, hey, you got to get your best 5 offensive linemen out there to kind of shore things up. And I don't think the offensive line was a big problem per se. It's just a tough one because I don't know what they're teaching their quarterback, because anytime, as he said, he gets in trouble, he likes to roll left, which is not great. Are we Vic Koenig level bad? No, because actually we are. We are worse because Vic Koenig's team still actually scored points. They scored more points than this team does. And Vic Koenig was playing in an era where he could still play defense. So, right. Just for people's information, UNLV is like one of the worst defenses in the Mountain West. They're averaging like 28 points a game against. They gave up over 30 points to Idaho State. They gave up 28 points to Miami of Ohio. Somebody else scored a bunch on them. So to only score 17 on them at home is not great.
Vic Koenig level Matt is kind of mean.
So I don't know. Let's see here. Jeff also says hiring a coach from inside the program, the real search has proved to be a huge mistake. 100%.
Especially for the salary that we offered too.
It's the Tom Berman special of, well, again, remember they did it because they didn't want to lose players in the portal. That was the whole reasoning behind it. We don't want to lose a bunch of players in the portal, so we're going to hire this guy and keep him around. Okay, well, good luck. You got 3 wins.
It would have happened anyways because players leave. With the group of 5 teams, players leave.
Yeah,
constantly, so it doesn't really matter. Like,
no, it's a stupid reason to keep a coach around, so people don't go in the portal. That's a dumb reason. And culture-wise, right? It's not the same culture because I don't know. I think they may like him, but I don't think they respect him as nearly as much as Craig Bull, obviously. So, and there goes Mr. Brian. We'll see if he comes back.
Oh,
Oh, let's see what else I have in my notes here. I found it odd that our past two, because as I found out, right, I was like number one on the Brett Vegan run him out of town bandwagon. And we did that. And we actually got worse on offense. And I was like, oh, that's when I figured out, you know what? And that's why I'm going to stick with this philosophy. Don't be mad at Jay Johnson. Don't be mad at Polasek or whoever. Be mad at Jay Savell, because Jay Johnson runs the offense that Jay Savell wants him to run. So that's where we're at. Oh, he's
to
back.
be fair though, with Polasek, you can basically just insert literally any coach into North Dakota State and they'll just keep winning. Like, it doesn't matter. Like,
Sure. Yeah, and Matthew's got a point here. Like, everybody loses players, right? Literally. So again, hiring a coach to keep players on your team makes no sense. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. I don't want this to be all doom and gloom, but
There's not a lot of positives to take away from this one, Chad.
we got San Jose State coming up. I think they played last night. Did they lose to New Mexico or did they win?
They
beat New Mexico.
They beat New Mexico. Okay. Well, they could probably beat us, would be my guess. But that should be closer. We might be a favorite in that game. I don't know. Might be like 2.5 either way. I could see it being. We'll have to see there. But again, right? So as I mentioned on Twitter earlier in the week, Wyoming's on a stretch of 3 of 4 at home to start the season, or to start the Mountain West Conference. And you've already lost one of those. You can't lose anymore because this team is abysmal on the road, as we know.
They're not great at home either.
No, and they haven't been, right? Exactly. Last year, they were terrible at home, and now you've lost 2 games at home. Now, granted, one was to Utah. So that's fine and dandy, right?
And I don't want this to be like, I'm not shitting all over the players by any means. We've got good players on this team. This is a very poorly coached team. Very poorly coached.
Yeah, and they're young. Right? We saw DeBlanc today.
DeBlanc has got some talent, man. That kid's fast.
Guys got some talent.
Fast. Now, he should be coached a little better in when to field a punt and when not to field a punt.
Agreed.
But he is fast. That was a big swing too, honestly. Like, we lost 17 yards? No, because we got penalized too. So we basically had 99 yards to go, and just didn't. Obviously,
I know that we want to return some punts, but Jesus Christ, put somebody back there that'll at least fair catch it.
You have to, right? That's the number one thing.
Put Charlie Conan back there. He at least catches the ball.
But to be fair, one of Chad's biggest complaints over the past years was that under Craig Bull, all we did was fair catch. We had like one season where we had like 2 returns or something like that.
Yeah. Which is fine if you want to be completely risk averse. That's fine.
Yeah.
But in the past, we've had players who could, secure the ball and return the ball. We just chose not to. Right? Because those are the hidden yards. When you're as bad as us on offense, you got to try to take those hidden yards. But you got to be smart about it, right? Because, again, you get negative yards, right? We, instead of having the ball at the 30 or the 35, we ended up with the ball at the 1. That's 3 first downs. You're backwards already. That's a 30-yard penalty, essentially. So it's tough. It's a tough one. So I don't know. I don't know what to say. we'll see. I mean, I don't expect things to get better because of the coaching, and that's really where I come down on. Nothing's going to change because it hasn't yet.
The first drive coming out of the second half was pretty rad, though.
Yeah, 5 plays, 75 yards.
Yeah, it's like where is that? Like, and I think I mentioned on Twitter, but it's like, what happened at halftime to make that happen?
Well, and I was talking to my buddy at the game too. It's like, listen, if you have poor O-line play, which we obviously did because nobody was able to run the ball in the first half, when you're struggling on O-line, when you're struggling to figure out their stunts, it's not hard. Run bubble screens, run, halfback screens, run some slant routes. Like, you're essentially running the ball by throwing it outside. And if your offensive line isn't blocking, that's your best bet. And what happened in the second half? First thing they did, they threw a screen to Sam Scott that went, like 50 yards? It was insane.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's how you combat it, for sure. And it just took them too long to figure that out, right? They just started doing that in the second quarter.
That's basics, man.
I know it is. That's what I'm saying. And where I first got this was, if you remember the San Diego State game last year, we were just taking like deep shots like crazy. And I'm like, why are we keep throwing these deep shots when they're covered? And then eventually in the second half, the commentator's like, oh, well, they mentioned that part of their game plan was they really liked their matchups against the safeties. And I was like, so these guys make a game plan and they stick with it way too long. That's my proof of it. Only that, right? Because the commentators get, behind the scenes so they can talk intelligently about what teams are doing. They get told what's going to happen. And I was like, well, it's not working. They stick with their stuff way too long. Again, you can have a game plan, but football is like chess. The conditions change.
Yep.
And when the conditions change,
bail out of it as soon as possible.
You got to be able to swap what you're doing. And if they would have gone to those screens in the second quarter, the game could have been completely different.
It's like they decided to script their first series of the second half. They scripted it really well, and then they went right back to whatever they were doing in the first half.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the first 2 series actually were really good.
Yeah.
It's
well,
just
that's about
series,
10 plays. That's about 10 plays.
Yeah. Second series, went really well too, but that turnover didn't make things great. So.
Let's see. Matthew says route running.
I didn't see that.
I
was watching them. I was watching them pretty close while I was up there.
Yeah, it's hard on TV, right? So in person, you can kind of get a better read on that. And then, like I said before, they don't show replays hardly anymore from different angles, at least, so you can kind of see what's going on.
Yeah.
Like even with the targeting, I think the biggest problem was they didn't have a really good angle.
Oh, they showed a really good angle in the stadium.
Did they? Yeah, I mean, I agree it was. I mean, it's crazy. Nobody knows what targeting is. They should just get rid of the rule because it's just random as heck.
It's random and it's weirdly enforced.
Yeah.
100%. Very arbitrary.
So same with pass interference this season. I have no idea what pass interference is.
Maybe they should get like some kind of rock'em sock'em robot thing to where something in your helmet like pings up and then, you've been hit too hard. So now it's a penalty.
That would be funny.
That's actually not a terrible idea.
They might be in that pass someday, or some type of lights on your helmet and it lights up when you've been contacted too hard in your head.
I mean, they've already got the stats. They already run the stats where you're wearing some sort of device like on you, like during games. And they know how fast you're running, what your heart rate is, while you're running, blah blah blah. We're probably not all that far from that.
Yeah, special teams for sure, PJ. And then not executing right. You only get 3 points on the initial fumble off the flea flicker. And then, we take over at like the 30 of UNLV after a shanked punt. And we did 4.
So what PJ is saying is the defense did not lose us the game.
Yes, correct.
I think that's accurate. I mean, the defense held UNLV to 17 points.
Yeah.
And and at the same time, like, that shanked punt drive lasted like 3 plays before we turned it over on the fumble. So yeah. I mean, that was points off the board right there too. So
yeah, just a tough one. I mean, it's so bad that, as Brian mentioned, he left the game. And Brian is hardcore. He's just
man. It was cold out there. Say if they didn't play like crap, I would have gone downstairs and got a blanket or something from the brown and gold. But I looked at my buddy. After that second block punt, it's like, I'm going home, man.
Yeah.
I just read something that Alex Taylor just tweeted out from the press conference from Jay Sawell. It said we had 2 block punts for a touchdown, and that cost us the game. He said the 3 linemen, the 3,
protectors,
the protectors, were not responsible for edge pressure. Their assignments were in the interior. He said the punting operation was just too slow.
Okay.
Listen, man, I didn't say that.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Like, I wonder what they were looking at.
Okay, but just like anything, right? If your job is to block people up the middle, if there's nobody coming up the middle, then you block who's in front of you.
And that's coaching.
I mean,
coaching.
This isn't hard. You don't say, well, my assignment is to block people up the middle. Okay, well, if there's nobody coming up the middle, you're there to fan out and block because you see it all the time.
Yeah.
And the whole point of that thing is because it's nearly impossible to block a punt.
Yeah.
From that formation, unless you're up the middle. So to get it blocked on the outsides, that's tough. I don't know. Yeah, we'll have to see. Maybe there'll be maybe UNLV will put out some highlights, right? And we can take a look at it. Or the Mountain West will. We can kind of see what happened there.
I was just reading Matthew's comment that made me laugh.
Sawmill. Where I sawmill, I'd make everyone.
That's an autocorrect for Sawville.
Yeah, we could call him Sawmill. I like it.
That's pretty.
Sawville, and I would.
No, I'm a big fan of Sawville.
Crawl to the board and surrender their scholarships.
That's pretty funny.
I don't know. I mean, yeah,
it starts at the top. I mean, that's just a player execution.
You can say that it was too slow, and that may be the case. Watching it live, it didn't look like too slow to me. It looked like a pretty normal punting operation.
Yeah, I don't know about that. I mean,
but again, you're the head coach. You're the one making $1 million+ to coach people. So,
well, and even your assistant coach is like, all right, if it's too slow, make it fast. Do that, but faster.
Yeah. But I guarantee you, they're going to ask. Well, one of us should probably watch Mullins post game. Maybe not today, but maybe when they get back to Vegas. Because I guarantee you, he's going to say something like, "We saw something on film that we knew we could exploit."
Mm-hmm.
Like he already said it. He said it at halftime.
Oh, he did? Oh, okay.
Yep.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah,
not surprising, but pretty.
And that's what watching film does. I don't think our team watches film. It doesn't seem like it.
Yeah,
I'm sure they do. Obviously, that's in jest, but they don't do it well.
That's quite a comment, though. Just
this is true, Matthew. A few years ago, we couldn't complete a punt. We didn't have any snappers. That's true. We didn't have a lawn snapper who could even snap it straight.
Last year, we had a lot of trouble with that.
And then for a while there, we didn't our punters were terrible. We had punters who were averaging 35 yards a kick.
Oh my God. Yeah, it was terrible.
Well, tonight they averaged 0, so.
Well, no, he had 2.
They went backwards, though.
2 for 45. Yeah, he averaged 45 on his 2 kicks. Just solid.
Oh my God.
So yeah, all right. I don't think there's right, much reason to beat this one up. We just, you take it on the chin. And
Well, I mean, if you think about it, really, I guess glass half full, I suppose, we're probably right where we should be, 2-3. Like,
sure.
it would have been nice to win this game, absolutely, but that would have been a game that we had no business winning, essentially. So, at this
I don't want
point,
to go that far.
well, we did have business winning it because without 2 block punts, in theory, we probably had a tie game. If, the defense played as they had been, the rest of the game. So, but yeah, I mean, we're 2-3, 0-1 in the conference. There's still a lot of games left. So there's still a lot of winnable games on the schedule. I watched the Sheep.
Are there?
I watched the Sheep in San Diego State last night. The Sheep ain't good. They're not good at all.
The Sheep should be 0-5.
Yeah. I mean, the Sheep literally should have lost to Northern Colorado, a horrible Big Sky team.
Yeah, that was a terrible.
That was Northern Colorado that's probably the biggest screw job in college football this year. It
was really bad.
That was bad. Like, the Pac-12 called in a solid right there, I think, because that was bad. And I'm happy to see Brian repping a beer from my hometown tonight. So there we go.
One of my favorites.
Yeah,
somebody
Dan,
from Kettle
I would
House
say.
is watching. If you just send us beer, I'll drink it on camera every time.
Kettle House is already sponsoring my buddy's podcast.
Nice.
They can do both.
I wish. That would be awesome.
So yeah, I would agree with you, Dan. I mean, you can't go to 0-2 in conference with 2 games at home as losses.
Mm-hmm.
It can't happen, but it very well could.
I could see us losing every game on the
Because
schedule
San Jose
the rest of the year.
has a better head coach than we do.
San Jose's quarterback, what's his name? Egan. He's a pretty good quarterback. Like, that guy can swing it.
The same guy because last year they were playing like that dual system, right? And I remember him.
Yeah, I don't remember, but
at this point in the season, what is our over/under on seeing Drew before the end of the season? Like, seeing Drew in a couple games at the end of the year.
I don't know.
You get the red shirt rule, so he can play in 4 games.
Depends on him, I think.
That's what I'm saying.
Low. I mean, if something weird goes with Anderson, they're going to roll too.
Well, but the problem with Drew is he's like pure pocket passer, right? I mean, he's not mobile at all.
So when I was watching warm-ups with my buddy that came up to the game with me, and he hasn't been to a game with me in like 10 years. He's not a Wyoming fan. He's not from here. And he came up and we were watching the quarterbacks warm up, and he's like, he said, "You said 12 is your starting quarterback?" I said, "Yeah." He's like, that other kid's throwing it way better than he is. He's like, usually when you watch warm-ups, you can tell who the starter is, and that ain't the starter.
Yeah, but it's what we're in, Matthew. Unfortunately, you have to. I think you should be always recruiting to replace your quarterback if you can. That's what good schools do.
You should recruit one quarterback a year.
You don't sit back and wait. Like, Caden looked okay at the end of last year, but again, we didn't know, right? And right now he's still pretty meh to me. Right? You could talk about his footwork, the rolling left thing, weird.
How many quarterbacks are we going to let the staff ruin?
And that's what it comes down to, really, right? Is we've had basically in the last 10 years, we've had like maybe 2 good quarterbacks, and Josh Allen and Peasley.
Yeah, and Peasley's was because Peasley had the heart that no one's ever seen before. And Allen's probably the most talented athlete in the NFL, and he just powered through shitty coaching until he got to the NFL.
He overcame his coaching. 100%.
Yeah.
So people forget his passing or his completion percentage has gone up like, what is it, like 10 or 15% since going to the NFL, and it usually does not do that.
Yeah.
No.
Well, because we talked about that in the past, right? Because Vegan's offense was vertical. And you can't run that way. So,
it wasn't even so much the offense being all vertical. It was His footwork was bad. His throwing motion was bad.
Oh,
Like
100%. But we didn't throw short passes, which are your high percentage ones. And even when we did, yes, he had terrible footwork. He had terrible mechanics. And he's got proper coaching now. So
all I'm saying, if we're going to pay a head coach $1.5 million a year, or $1.25 million, I think is where Salvell's at.
they need to be proven.
We should see players. We should see way fewer delay of games, way fewer false starts, like 0 blocked punts. Like these are. If we were paying him $300,000 a year, I could probably say, okay, well, that's the best we can get. But for the price tag, this is unacceptable.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, being a bought out college football coach is a pretty good job.
It is. Yeah. I mean, Dan Mullen, right?
Dan Mullen can attest.
Being a bought out any professional sporting person is great. Ask Bobby Bonilla.
Oh my God. The best contract in sports.
It's so good.
But yeah, to get back to your main point, though, I mean, I'd be pretty worried about Drube behind this offensive line. Anderson is a little mobile. I don't know how mobile Drube is, right? We haven't seen him. We know Sims is probably the best athlete in terms of moving around in the pocket back there. You'd probably see him first.
This offense is built around a quarterback like Sims. Sims has a lot of Peasley in him.
Oh yeah, 100%. And I agree. I think in modern college football, if you don't have a dual threat quarterback, you're doing it wrong. Unless your pocket passer is just so generational and so good. Right? And Anderson's not that. Drube could end up being that. It's possible, right? He could develop. But again, let's not just say it's all, we're not talking about like the quarterback is losing us games. It's not the case.
Nope, not tonight.
It's systematic. It's systematic.
Fresno State's about to open it up on Nevada, it looks like.
Yeah, that's a late one. An 8:30 kickoff.
Yeah.
Yuck.
Yeah.
Well, Cal and Duke just kicked off too. So we got a whole late night of college football to watch.
Did you say Cal at Duke?
Duke at Cal.
So ACC way after dark.
Yeah, ACC way after dark.
Say ACC conference game in the Pacific time zone. That will never make sense.
Can you imagine all the Dukies so mad right now? It's like,
oh, they don't care about football. It's fine.
Yeah,
that's true. Counting down the days to basketball season,
which is
that's what I'm doing right now. Basketball media day is this week.
11 days to the first game, right? Or the exhibition, or is it the 18th? Is it the 15th or the 18th?
Northern Colorado isn't an exhibition. That's a regular season game, and then we have our 2 exhibition games.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
So the
Northern
game
Colorado
game,
game,
the regular season game.
Yeah, because they're both FBS teams, or they're both D1 teams in basketball. Sorry.
Yeah. Well, it's not one of those, like, what do they call them, like hidden scrimmages or whatever.
It's not. That counts. That one counts. The one that they're doing in Gillette.
Interesting. Boy, what a long ways to go for Northern Colorado.
Well, Steve Smiley coached at Sheridan. That's why they're doing it up there.
Oh. Welcome to glorious Gillette, Wyoming.
I mean, I believe you.
The Camplex is nice.
With my own
I'll
eyes.
give them that.
On the schedule, I'm going to look at it here really quick. Well, they don't have any of them labeled as exhibition.
So the first one is regular season. You have to look at the other teams to figure out if it's exhibition or not.
I got you.
UNC is a for real game.
Okay.
UNC is good.
Smiley built a good program there after Linder left.
All right, we'll see how that works out. And we'll talk about that more soon yet. And as Brian said, he's going to media days. And we'll have lots of basketball content for everybody.
Just so everybody knows, my goal is to get every assistant coach interviewed every coach interviewed by the time this season, like the conference season starts. We're hoping to bang out at least 3 coaching interviews this week.
It's a good goal.
They probably won't all be posted this week, but
No,
we'll get them
yeah.
done.
We'll have them ready to go to
Shay's
post
not
before the first game, hopefully. Yeah.
Shay's not even on here to tell us about Joey Novak wrestling in the NWCA All-Star Classic.
Well, that's why you're here, Brad.
I know, exactly. Against Stephen Little from Little Rock. So I'm almost positive he wrestled in this last year too. Or we had a wrestler in this last year. I don't know if it was Joey, but we had a guy in this.
Mm-hmm. All right. So yeah, some of the things we'll be doing here shortly. Wrestling coverage, basketball coverage. We'll be back next week with more football coverage.
Oh, Jared says the UNC is an exhibition game according to the press release.
Yeah, that was my understanding. Because they changed the rule to where you can play exhibition games against D1 schools. That's a new rule for this season. In the past, you couldn't, and that's why they had to do
because that'd be a really good game.
That's why they had to do the secret, closed door stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But now you can play real teams. So thank you, Jared, for finding that. That tracks with my understanding. Because I think the official day to have like your first game, isn't it like November? It's the first earliest you can have like a real game. Oh, Rashawn's finally here. I'm with you.
Yeah, we agree, Rashawn.
I'm with you, Rashawn.
We are right there with you.
Yeah, at least TCU put it to Colorado tonight, so that's nice.
Say the Pokes officially open the season against Northern State on November 3rd.
Okay. I don't know. He says, "What's good?" I don't know.
We're here.
The beer. I think,
not a lot good tonight, Rashawn. Not a lot. Say Ben Florentine almost keeping up with Colandro. That was pretty good.
Yeah.
Oh boy. All right. I think for our own sanity, we'll wrap this one up. Does that sound good?
Yeah. One thing to say that's good is our D tackles are damn good. There is no way that Sam Sula and Florentine should be nearly as fast as they are for as big as they are. That is insanity.
They're in good shape.
Yep.
And they weren't at one point, so it's good. They weren't. So, all right, everybody. Well, thank you for joining us. As Matthew said, this is kind of like therapy, I guess.
Say WyoNation Therapy will return next Saturday.
Yep. I think, are we another 5 o'clock kickoff, right?
I think so. Yeah, the San Jose State game.
Yeah. So we'll be back. We'll be back, and we'll see what it looks like. So yeah. So all right.
San Jose is a 7 o'clock game.
Oh, okay. Well, there we go.
I may even be back from the confines of Washington Grizzly by then.
Say I will not be here.
Yes.
Say unless they suck again, and I'll drive home and
then if you drive at halftime, if that happens again, I don't know.
Yeah.
If that happens, Brian you might find a season ticket booklet just lying in the parking lot.
Man, I wish they still gave booklets instead of the crappy hats that they send us every year.
Yeah.
The season ticket booklets were like my favorite thing.
You guys get hats?
Yeah.
Man, all we get is digital tickets.
Yeah. Oh, we get digital tickets. Hold on.
We don't even get we don't get the ticket book. We don't get a hat. All we get literally is like tickets emailed to us that it's a pain in the ass to go to the website and download them to your wallet.
Let's see here.
That's dumb.
It's funny. We're waiting to see what this looks like.
I know.
What does it look like?
It's not great, guys.
No, that's not great at all.
I clearly haven't even put it on yet.
Oof.
All right.
I mean, it's better.
Does
to
the
kick a
back
goal
say
than
like
that.
season ticket holder or something? No.
No.
Okay.
You know what? You remember our old pal Matt Harville Road?
Yeah.
He has season tickets to the Seattle Sounders, and when you get your season tickets for that, they give you a new scarf every year.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
And he gave me one of those scarves once, and it's in my closet, but it's pretty sweet. I mean, I'm not a soccer guy by any means, but I do have a Sounders scarf.
There you go.
You're technically in the Pacific Northwest. You can be a soccer guy. It's fine.
Yeah, everybody else is.
Yeah. See, this is like the shitty version of Brad's hat.
Mm-hmm.
I have the Josh Allen hat though, so
Yeah.
Oh, that's the white JA. Oh yeah, I've got the brown one.
I guess I'll get the gold one. We can have
There
a
you go.
theme.
perfect.
There you go. So, all right. Well, we'll put us out of our misery. We'll put you out of your misery, everybody. Enjoy the late night football, I guess, if you're going to stay up and watch. Is Hawaii playing tonight too? Super late?
Nope,
No. Okay.
Yeah.
It's too bad.
that is too bad.
So, all right, everybody. Well, we will be back this week with a roundup. We'll announce it when it is, and then we'll see you for the post game for San Jose State. So, for Brad and Brian, thank you very much for tuning in with us, and we'll catch everybody later.
So.